Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Have you started recording?
We have fucked up the podcast again.
You haven't pressed record.
We never regularly upload.
You can't start with a swear word.
Sometimes the podcast stays on my computer for days. And I just want to say I'm sorry. This is the sound of silence. Hi, Owen. You bring the mic to your face. You know when sometimes you just have to apologise.
Yeah.
But that apology in words isn't enough. But in poetry, it's, it comes through stronger, doesn't it?
Yeah. How you been, mate? What's up?
Well, I just just feeling a bit down.
Well,
mate.
I was going to say this. Since I've come in, you don't sound massively positive.
No.
What's getting you down, mate? Enlighten us.
It's just why aren't I getting the pod right on time?
That's not what was getting you down. But I tell you what would solve a lot of our problems is if more people enjoyed this.
I suppose that
Isn't it?
those more people would say, well, we need the content, and I'm
Yes.
just not putting it
When
out
you're
there,
not
am I?
putting it out there, people can't enjoy it.
I think do you remember when we first started when we got different jobs now to when we did first start,
Yeah.
and the jobs are harder now, right?
Right.
And we're just bashing out each night a game was on.
Yeah.
Put one out. I wish we were back to that.
These are the choices you make, though, aren't they?
Or you live and die by the sword.
What?
I'm slowly falling on mine over and over again.
You need to state what this podcast's about. People are just getting down.
First of all, I'm going to just lay out a bit of a truth out there for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing back regular uploads. 130 subscribers are going to turn into 260 before you know it.
Oof.
That is because our upload strategy.
135.
Well, 270 then, isn't it?
Right.
We're going to just start bashing them out, left, right and centre.
Cool.
Do you know why? Because I don't want to do my job anymore. I
Well,
want this as a job.
yeah. Listen, I don't know how many we need for that, but it's probably quite a few more than we got.
Everybody tell a friend, and then that friend tells a friend, and then it's a snowball effect.
Exactly. And if everyone who gets told tells more than the person who told them has told, it only gets bigger. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, even if they told the same amount of people that they were told.
Well, if I told you, that meant you have to tell two because I've told one. So the
Well,
two
that
people
would
you've
very
told
quickly,
have
yeah.
to tell four.
But if
That's
you
double
told
the
me and
amount.
I told someone else, and as long as that person told someone else, then we'd still be in.
As long as everyone kept to the deal.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going to bring it back, and I don't know if you can hear that, but that's tiny pitter patters of rain on the window because this is a rainy day podcast.
Oh,
Back again. You like that little segue?
but yeah, it's slightly confusing, but I do like it.
I'm bringing out quality stuff this podcast.
You're getting into it, aren't
I am.
you? You've got, because you
I've got
aren't enjoying your job, you're trying really hard now.
I've got like
Whereas
4 or
before
5
you didn't
hours
care.
before I gotta go to sleep. I might as well enjoy these.
Anyway, mate, before we get into cricket, just thought you might want to have a quick little talk about a big sporting event that's happening later. The Super Bowl.
I couldn't care less.
No? Not into it?
No.
It's a shame, really. Can't stay up on it.
Did you watch the YouTube boxing last night?
The YouTube boxing?
The biggest white collar event ever.
I don't think so.
2 YouTubers got together and fought each other.
I'm not sure it's the biggest event ever, but
The biggest white collar boxing event in Britain.
don't know about that.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, I watched it. How many rounds was yours? When you did
How
a
many
white
was
collar?
theirs?
The 6.
Mine was 7.
I didn't watch all of it.
I
Anyway.
didn't even know there was something going on.
Oh, I just thought you might have heard of it because it was white collar boxing and you're.
I did.
That's your-
I did watch boxing last night, but I didn't.
Did you watch
watch
the ones that was
boxing.
on Sky?
Yeah,
Any good?
bit disappointing, really. The main event.
Shall I have a look for cricket news?
Let's have a look. I did spot some cricket news, but we'll see what you bring up.
If you didn't read the title of this podcast, then we're having a chat about the England teams to go to New Zealand.
I love that you say that because when we're speaking about it, you haven't actually. You don't know the title of the podcast.
No.
You haven't written the title, and yet you're telling people if they haven't read it. Because you're that clever, you know that by the time they listen to this, there will be a title for the podcast. That's the sort of quality that we produce.
Yeah, wow.
You got any news, mate? No?
First BBL final century as strikers beat Hurricanes. So Jake Weatherald gets his big bash.
The first one in Big Bash history.
No, that's his first Big Bash 100.
Oh.
And he's won them. He's won the strikers, the Big Bash. Who beat the Hurricanes.
Right, sorry. No, okay.
So
anything else?
Obviously, Australia beats New Zealand in rain-affected T20 opener. That's that tri-series that England will eventually get involved in next week. David Willey ripping it up.
Yeah, I saw the highlights on that. Pretty impressive. Good ball striking. Do you how annoyed do you think he is the last one went for 4? Because if the first one goes for 4, he doesn't care. But it's the last one.
Yeah. Thing is, though, like, David Willey, innit? Meh.
Well, yeah. I still don't really think he's very brilliant.
Nathan Lyon played in that game.
He was the one who got smashed.
Yeah, and again, this is why I'm asking why isn't he in the ODI team rather than Zampa? Was that because we all knew?
You're asking that after he's been hit for 5, 6 and 4.
I'm also not saying David Willey should be England's opener in any format, but he scored all those runs.
You're not making any sense
No,
at all.
I'm just...
you just... That what you just said made no sense.
India beat South Africa, won 9 wickets in the second ODI.
They had a game stopped, didn't they? Due to the pitch.
But it wasn't stopped forever, was it? It was just
no.
It was just
they
like,
sorted out.
yeah.
But it was. I saw some highlights and it was dangerous.
Was that the third test? Second
it was
test?
like off a length, people were getting hit in the grill and hitting the gloves and stuff. It was horrible.
Anyway, do you want to have a little talk about England's teams going to?
Or the upcoming series in New Zealand. So, what's the deal with this series? What have we got?
So we've got, I think, 2 tests and some ODIs. The ODIs, we've got... Oh, I've actually got... So it starts on...
Why would you ever have an even amount of test matches?
The 25th of February. It's not that far away.
I don't get that.
No, mate. But there's 5 ODIs. Yeah, 2 tests. And obviously the T20s will come into this tri-series thing. 3
I think minimum should be 3.
One of 3 and 3. 3 ODIs, 3 tests.
Yeah, I think 3 should be a minimum.
I think...
Unless you're playing a tiny minnow nation.
Then again, you know how test matches cost so much more to put on than an ODI?
Right.
So, like, when we go to, like, West Indies...
Yeah.
And generally we'll have more ODIs than tests.
Yes.
And the same when we go to, like, UAE or whatever.
Well, it's usually the case, isn't it? Whoever we play.
Yeah, but, like...
Unless it's in England.
Unless we're playing India...
Yeah.
Or Australia or even like South Africa, we're not playing like massive amounts of tests, especially when we tour. I just don't think the New Zealand guys have got the money to put together. Like, it's not financially rewarding for them to put on loads of test matches.
Yeah.
They would rather have those.
I don't know. Their stadiums aren't very big, are they? But they seem to. Like, people go to them when I've watched them.
Yeah, I just think it'd be interesting to see what the old turnout's like. But I think that might be the reason, because it's actually a lot more financially rewarding. Because 5 ODIs to 2 test matches.
Yeah, that's a bit bonkers, isn't it? But anyway.
Do you remember when there used to be like 7 ODIs? No chance.
Right. Are we going to go through the squads?
Do you want to do I know the ODIs come up first, but do you want to do the test squad first? Because that was mentioned. That was out there. It was brought out quite a long time ago, the test squad.
Should we I've got a suggestion for you.
Yeah.
Let's smash out the ODI squad, because that's not going to change, I don't think. And there's nothing really to talk about there because they're doing well. And then we'll move on to the test team, because I think we're going to have more to talk about.
Right, okay. So maybe that might be a way Easy Beer listening to schedule out there. Keep the good stuff towards the end, the test matches. Yeah. Bring the ODIs first.
There you go.
Just like what's happening in New Zealand, which is a good move.
Go on then. Rattle us through the ODI team.
Moeen keeps his place.
Yeah.
Fair enough in ODIs? In the squad?
I suppose. Well, I think we should leave Mo alone a little bit. We go after him a bit too hard, I think.
Would you say, maybe because the ODIs are first?
Yeah.
Say, all right, Mo, why don't you just take off a few weeks, go back home?
Oh, I was thinking you were going to say you got some time to find some form, or we'll find someone else for the test matches.
And then say, God, I don't. It depends if you think he should be in the test matches. Personally, I think if Ben Stokes is back, we got to bring in Stokes and a spinner, and Moeen Ali might have to vacate.
Mm-hmm.
But if the ECB are thinking, do you know what, Moeen Ali will play in the test no matter what, maybe give him some time off and say, go home, get your head together, go and spend 3 weeks with your family, etc., etc.
Be interesting because usually what ends up with a player getting dropped is either he's just come in unproven and does badly,
Yeah.
or the media start getting on their back,
Yep.
and then they get dropped because of all that. But I don't know, because I haven't watched like Sky Sports or anything. Are they talking about Mo being in bad form and needing to play well? Because that's when you're starting to...
But then at the same time, what they're saying is, from what I feel, like people are saying, we need a spinner, but we haven't got one, so just keep doing what we're doing. Like, honestly, that's what it feels like. It's like. We need a premier spinner. We haven't got one. Okay, Mo will do.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mo... And a lot of people talk about, which is fantastic, right? Moeen Ali's attitude towards the game and life and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's very positive, stands up for things.
Do you think Mo likes that? Being like, yeah, we know you're no good, but we haven't got anyone else. Like, that can't be what you want your international career to be remembered as.
Do you remember when, was it against South Africa or against, when they started picking Dawson and said Moeen Ali doesn't like being our frontline spinner?
Yeah.
So why is he the frontline spinner? You came out and said that, right? And everyone said it was bullshit, but you came out and said it. And now he is the frontline spinner and he's getting smashed around. So why is he the frontline? Someone just needs to tell me. Tell the fans why that man is our frontline spinner.
I can't help you there.
I just feel like there's no... I can't understand where they're going with that. Anyway, this isn't something we should be talking about with the ODI.
Right.
Actually, I think Moeen Ali in the ODIs with the ball was 10 times better than he was in the test matches. I know it's not hard, but I actually think he actually had a pretty good series with the ball in the ODIs. No, I think he did.
Yeah.
Jonny Bairstow, Billings...
Right, Jonny Bairstow, and then it says wicket keeper.
Yeah.
Why is he down as a wicket keeper?
Well, it's wicketkeeper.
So we've got 3 wicket keepers. Jonny Bairstow shouldn't be listed as a wicket keeper.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
No, I know. It's just weird though.
So Bairstow, Billings, and Butler are all options to keep the gloves and bat. All batsmen in their own right.
Yeah. Butler will be the wickie, won't he?
Yeah, and Billings won't get into that team.
Tom Curran. He's got to be
Knocking on the door. Yeah. I think he's probably just might pip it with Alex Hales, which is an interesting one because there's a name later on in that list, which I'll bring up now. Ben Stokes.
Yeah.
Now, Alex Hales, Moeen Ali potentially, Jonny Bairstow, and Jason Roy must all be thinking, do you know what? One of my places might be up for Ben Stokes. Because let's be honest, I think Ben Stokes will just settle back into this team. Not necessarily on merit, but because people know he's special.
If they don't, which they're not, if they don't just like say, oh, we're not picking him because of that.
No, they're not.
Which is obvious because he's in the squad. Then they are definitely putting him in the team. And they're not treating anyone who's not someone they desperately want in the team. They're not treating them like they're treating Ben Stokes.
I think you're right. I think Bairstow, Hales, Roy, and Mo need to be looking over their back to think Stokes might come in and get one of my places. And do you know what? I don't even know if that's going to be Moeen Ali because they like him as that all-rounder, that sixth bowler. So I reckon it could be between the front 3.
And Hales has got to be... He's in danger because he's not really got a position, has he?
Well, for some reason they've pushed him out of opening when he was happy.
Exactly, and now he's 3. That's what I mean. I don't think he's got a solid place in that England team because he's batting out of position.
We'll probably come back to the way that it will line up in a little while. But Owen Morgan, captain. Liam Plunkett. Eddie
Obviously his injury's not too bad then.
No, it was just, I don't know, tight calf. Adil Rashid, Joe Root, Jason Roy. Ben Stokes, who obviously, I think he's subject to being sentenced. Not sentenced, but do you know... But what's the one that's not been sentenced, but like it's been given what he's got to be given?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
hearing. Subject to his hearing.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that mean that he will be given like?
No,
His
a
community
hearing
service.
is just to find out, I think.
So what? Is sentence mean that you're going down?
No, because I think as soon as...
Can he be sentenced to community service?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, or a fine? Can he be sentenced to a
I
fine?
think so.
Because sentencing makes you think like he's going down to the docks and never come back up. He's subject to any of that stuff.
Yeah,
Before coming out.
fair enough.
Just imagine if he gets locked up.
But it's so bizarre that they've just put him in the squad anyway.
They don't care.
Like, well, if you're not going to prison, he's coming.
David Winnie, off the back of his form, continues in the ODI
Off
squad.
the back of one over.
Chris Wokes and Mark Wood. So kind of a very strong England ODI team, and even stronger with the addition of
Yeah, there's no surprise there,
Stokes.
is there? And I don't think there's any problem there either,
So
apart from the spinning issue. But apart from that, there's no
I think,
problem there.
I think the spin's fine. Isn't it? Adil Rashid and potentially Moeen Ali can do a job.
Yeah, I think you kind of want...
I want both of them.
This
really.
isn't necessary, but I think I would like to have our test match spinner playing in the ODIs.
You would?
Yeah.
Why?
Because...
Rhythm?
Sorry?
Overs and rhythm and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, and I think you just learn a bit more from batsmen being more attacking.
It's a
You
good
learn
point.
different deliveries and shit like that. Like I like seeing Graham
point.
Swan bowl in ODIs when he was the test match.
Yeah,
spinner.
Swanee did, didn't he?
And we don't have that, do we?
Well, we do.
Yeah,
we
but I
look-
mean, we don't have like if Rashid was our test match spinner, then you're like, yeah.
Well, the strange thing is, though, you're saying that as in the fact that they're going to learn to improve their test game, right?
Yeah.
But both those players, both our spinners now, are way better at ODI
But yeah,
bowling
but
than...
they're not test match spinners.
But they're not test match back.
Right.
So you're saying it's an extra feather in there?
Yeah, for someone who is a test match spin bowler.
Yeah, good point. What about, does that apply to the T20?
Not so much, I don't
Thought you
think.
can't really...
Although I don't mind them playing in it, but I think the ODIs... it sort of crosses over slightly with test matches. 2020's getting a bit weird then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true.
Although Graham Swan, I think, did pretty well in 2020s as well. So
Just
can we have Graham Swan back?
So
Quit, didn't he?
let's talk about the
Test
lineup of
match
this
team.
team. No, the lineup of this ODI team.
Oh, the ODI team.
What's the best lineup going to be? So should we say Ben Stokes come back?
Well, should we just go through the batting order?
Well, are you?
Or,
That's the big question, isn't it? Then we'll go through the batting order. Ben Stokes comes back. He's getting straight in
if
the team.
he is allowed,
Yeah.
he gets in the team, doesn't he?
Right. Who you dropping then?
Who am I dropping? I would get rid of Moeen Ali because I don't think you need Moeen Ali and Rashid in the same
Well,
team.
like six bowlers.
I don't mind.
You don't mind just having 5?
No.
Interesting.
What about you?
I'm gonna go.
Get rid
different
of
to that.
Hales. You don't like Hales, do you? You've got some hang up on his technique, even though you don't understand what the word means.
No,
You've got some problem with his technique, even though you don't really quite.
Listen.
It's like some weird theory to you. Like you don't understand what technique is. Like you've read a book on it, but you didn't quite understand it.
That's
But that's why
irrelevant.
you don't like him.
Listen. I'm gonna go with. If they didn't do this, I don't like Hale's batting 3, right? He bats opening 2 or he doesn't.
Right.
The phone's gone off the screen.
Go on.
So I'm going to open with Johnny Bairstow, Jason Roy. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Right, what's wrong with that?
Well, I was just saying, but you were saying how weird it is that Johnny Bairstow opens the batting.
Yeah, but I'm
You don't
bringing
care.
Stokes back. Joe Root 3.
Right.
Stokes 4.
Okay.
Butler 5. Owen Morgan's basically in this team as a captain. 6. 7 is going to be Moeen Ali. 8, Rashid. 9, Plunkett. Or Curran. No, 9 is going to be... sorry. 9 will be Wokes, Plunkett, and then number 11 will be Wood.
Right. That batting lineup seems weird to me.
So shall I go through that again?
So it's Johnny Bairstow and what's his face?
Johnny Bairstow and Jason Roy.
Yeah.
Which was the problem?
I don't know. It's just I'm surprised you kept Bairstow there after having problems
It's
with
just
him.
if Listen, if Ben Stokes is going to come back into the team, I'll have to drop somebody. I'm not prepared to drop the captain or Mo and Ali.
Why are you not prepared to drop the captain?
Because
If it's your choice.
I just think, do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying let him take us to the next World Cup. If he's as the captain, if things don't go right and he's terrible, then that'll be his last tournament, that World Cup, and then see you later. I just think he's done so well to get us where we are. We need to put some, like we typically English, wouldn't it, to just sack him off the first hurdle. I just think put some trust back into him and say, do you know what, have some time.
Batting at 6. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying I want him to score millions of runs. I'm just saying
You want to score a run.
He's Capitano there.
Right.
So, yeah, people might say it's weird, but I think get Ben Stokes in early. And if he doesn't come off, Ross Butler. That doesn't come off. Then you got you've got Owen Morgan.
I mean, yeah.
And then if Owen Morgan can steady the ship, Mo and Ali can come back in, hopefully with a bit of form behind him.
Mo and Ali will steady the ship for you.
And then
Along with Owen Morgan.
The
they
likes
are
of
known for steadying the ship.
Wokes, Rash. To just
Wokes.
Yeah.
He should be batting 6.
Wokes and Rash to just knock it around. And Wokes plunk it later on. And Wood won't be needed.
Bat.
So what do you reckon?
I don't know.
It's a long batting lineup, isn't it? Do you like elevating Stokes?
I don't really mind it so much. If it was me, I'd have Roy Hales opening. Route 3.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now I've got myself in trouble. I'm going to get so confused now.
You got 3, yeah.
So Route 3, Bairstow 4, Stokes 5.
Where's Morgan? Shit.
No, do you know what? If I'm putting trust in the captain, if I'm going to keep him,
Yeah.
I'll have him 5, Stokes 6, Butler 7,
That's so low down for Butler, but no fair enough.
Rashid 8.
Yeah. And you got 9.
No, that's not right. I'm going to have Wokes 8.
Wokes 8.
Rashid 9. Plunkett and Wood.
No Curran. First, he's the next in line.
Yeah.
That's fair. I wouldn't mind either of those teams going out. I do quite like having. I think it's difficult actually because really hard to get Johnny Bairstow in the team. Because, well, it has been, and
I just don't think he should be.
Now he's slight technical glitcherino.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Bairstow batting, open him. You got a problem.
Yeah, I think it's Joe Root is the problem.
No way, really.
I don't think he wants to bat 3, and that's where we have a
really
problem.
In ODIs? I don't think he minds in ODIs.
Then why isn't he batting 3?
Because they need to.
Because they've got Alex Hales.
No,
that was a joke.
It's because they've got.
What are we looking at, mate? He's just got up some weird pictures of tattoos.
I've lost that. Oh no, I didn't know. It was... Right, anyway. Sorry, technical glitch.
Are these your
My
searches?
No.
They are, aren't they?
No, they're not. Why would I?
Oh, look at that. He's desperate for there to be snow, so he can't get to work.
Owen's reading off my.
He wants to know about Katie Hopkins in South Africa.
Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond. I don't know what's happened there. Anyway, this isn't important, Owen.
There's a protest going on. Is there in Athens?
I hope it does snow.
Comedian Jack White. Wasn't it Tuesday it's meant to snow?
Is it Tuesday? I hope it absolutely buckets it down.
Because it's quite... it's quite nice at the moment, and tomorrow's meant to be quite nice.
No,
which means it will stick.
Okay,
sorry.
Let's leave that.
Yeah.
To a rainy day.
Nice.
Or a
snowy day.
Bang out another podcast on the snow. What I'm saying is, with Stokes not being in the team, they have said we need to bring in Bairstow. But for some reason, when they should have just batted him 3, they decided to open with him because he's done well opening in the past. You're going to keep... your team's fair enough. I like having 6 bowlers in mine. You like having...
You're counting Mo and Ali as a bowler.
I think he's very useful in ODI
Which do you think he's better at?
ODI cricket, way better.
No, I mean batting or bowling.
Batting.
Do you think? Still?
He's good in ODI cricket. He's an all-rounder.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better batsman, though.
Do you reckon his stats would say that?
Yeah.
You think?
I'm not googling it.
No, I don't want you to. Should we get on to the test team?
Well, I've clicked it off my old computer, though, haven't I? It'd be interesting to hear what other people thought about stalling. About the ODI team. I think the ODI team does look after itself, though. They're just so good at the moment. Who cares? But I probably would send, if I'm not...
I think they've got quite a lot of backup as well. Like they've got depth for the ODI team.
Yeah, because Sam Billings, how's he ever going to get a game? Honestly, how is Sam Billings going to get a game?
Injury, innit?
Well, it got to be a number of injuries, isn't it? And you're thinking, how's David Willey going to get a game? But anyway, enough's enough, because I found the English...
We've got back to it, so we don't need to.
The England test squad. Mo Ali keeps his place in the squad.
Nice. Good.
That's not right.
Well, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know what he would have to do for them to drop him.
Piss on the bouncer.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Just think about what other big...
Bowl badly, bat badly, field badly, and they keep him in the team.
Graham Swan cried after halfway. So I'm just thinking about other English spinners. Monty pissed on someone. Swanee cried halfway through a tour. Ashley Giles, he picked up an injury, didn't he? And then just never got back in the team. Ansari became professional.
Yes.
Gareth Batty went into retirement. I'm just thinking of other things that...
I miss Ansari. I liked him. I thought he looked quite good with the ball.
But why other...
Why would you sack off playing cricket for England? That just seems weird to me.
Maybe his heart wasn't in it.
But if you're clever enough to become a lawyer, you can do it whenever you like. Why don't you just bleed the England career for everything it's got? And then...
That's so cynical.
No, it's not.
Well, listen, sometimes
he can't go back to playing test match cricket for England whenever he wants. When he's 45 and goes, being a lawyer's kind of boring. I like playing cricket for England. They're not going to... Oh, they might do, actually. If they still haven't got a spinner, they might go back to him.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's get into this test team. So Mo Ali's in there.
Jimmy Anderson, obviously.
Of course. Bairstow, Wiki.
Stubo goes.
Stubes.
Which you don't like.
What's your point?
You don't think he should be in the team?
Well, I think he's quite easily replaceable.
I don't.
Really? What do you think he does that someone couldn't do?
Bowling.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
What about it? What's he do with the ball that someone else couldn't?
Pick up wickets.
When was the last time he picked up loads of wickets? It's a while. It's been a while.
No, I think he did well in English summer. I don't know. Cookie.
Right. Yeah, of course.
No, Mason Crane's an interesting one. I don't mind him going on tour, but I don't. I've got a problem with Mo Ali and Mason Crane going on the same tour. Not because they don't like each other, but
why?
Because if I'm honest, I don't want either of them to be my spinner.
I don't know what you've got against Mason Crane.
It's his age.
Well, what if you're young enough? If you're good enough, you're old enough.
I don't think he is good enough.
You've got no evidence of that.
Well, his stats aren't great.
He hasn't played long enough to have any stats.
Last summer, he just got himself into the
But why is this a problem?
Team. I'm saying that he just...
You don't know how good he is.
He didn't rip up the championship.
You don't know how good he is.
He didn't. He's not going to rip up Test cricket.
You think
he bowled 4 overs in a T20 game?
You think they get all the spinners? You think they get all the spinners that could play for England, put them in a hat, and just pull them out?
Yes. But then most of them are labelled Mo Ali, so they're in for a... What is...
You've got no evidence
Somerset
not
spinner
to like
got
him.
today?
That's what I don't understand.
Leach. He's been the top wicket taker or spinner in the last 2
You don't even know what the bloke
seasons.
looks like.
Bold. What's he got to do? No, what has he got to do?
I just don't know. Listen, I've got no problem. I would like Leach to be playing for England. But I don't understand where your problem with Crane comes in. It's like he's bold and he was awful.
He was dog shit.
For like
he was
10,
bad
for like 3 series.
He was bad in that one test
He wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. He's a young leg spinner playing his first game for England in a series where he'd been hammered on a batting pitch.
Honestly, I think he could be a talent. I just don't think it's his time. It's like when Sven-Göran Eriksson took Theo Walcott.
So when someone when an England spinner makes their debut for England, if they don't take 5, you're not into it.
No, I'm not saying that.
What do you want to see from
if
them?
they deserve to get into that team, they've done well year in, year out at county level. They are experienced. They know what they're doing.
Then it's just an off day.
Then, yeah.
But it can't be an off day for Mason Crane because he hasn't got the experience.
He hasn't ticked all the other boxes.
His brain's just scrambled. He's just got no idea. He's put his shoes on the wrong feet. He just doesn't know what's going on.
I like Mason
Walking
Crane
into
in the
the
team,
stumps.
right? In the squad, but not as my frontline spinner. Or he can go on the tour and learn. Fine. That's fine. If you want to do that, Sven Eriksson, Theo Walcott.
So say he starts.
No, he doesn't start.
Say he starts
Right,
in the
okay.
first
I'd
test
rather
match
Rashid start.
and bowls really, really, really well.
Yeah.
What do you say then?
Decent.
You've got no evidence for this disliking him.
I'll
It's
find
just
his
ageist.
stats. I'll find his stats.
Yeah, but you've just come up with this. He hasn't had long enough for his stats to mean anything.
Well, how can he get picked then?
Well, because
these stats, right?
believe it or not, there's probably better eyes at watching leg spin bowling than your own
If
that
these
have a
stats-
say in
right,
him
no.
getting picked. No, not the case.
He's almost
They
21
go to
years
you
old. Right?
today, and they've gone against your opinion. They go, "Hey, Dave, have a look at this Crane fella. What do you think of his action?" You go, "No technique there."
Right, Mason Crane apparently has an average of 3 in test matches.
There we go.
true.
Have a look at the stats.
You got that. All right. First
We're
class.
so different on judgment of player.
Oh, no, that's his batting average.
He's not a batsman.
Do you want to know what his average is in tests?
I want to know how many test matches he's played.
First, I'll give you his average.
I'd like to know how
His
many.
bowling average is
I'd like-
193.
Right, how many test matches he played?
One.
Right.
1 for 193 he made in Australia.
Right. So he didn't have a good test match. So he must be awful.
His first class average, 45.
All right. I don't think he's been playing that very long either, has he?
Like 15 under where it should be. Strike rate every 71 balls. 30 matches he's played.
You've got no
76
backing
wickets,
for not
76
liking him.
wickets. Listen, he's not. Is that honestly what it's come down to?
I'm just saying.
you
you've
have
got
stats like that, and then you get the England team.
I'm just saying you've got some massive grudge against him. With
Why is he getting in the
nothing
team?
backing it up?
So why is he getting the team then, Owen?
Because they've obviously looked at him, and he obviously has a bit like he'll have netted. They'll have watched him, and they'll have gone, "This guy has major ability. He needs to be in the England camp." I don't think they're thinking of him as their frontline spinner. Obviously not.
Do you want to hear?
But
Right,
my only argument, I don't understand why you dislike him so much.
average of 45.
Oh my god!
Jack Leach averages 26.
Right, that's not my argument.
He's so young. Jack Leach is young. He's 27.
Right, so he can't be in there either.
Honestly, I don't mind him being there, but I don't think.
So what if Jack Leach got picked and he gets knocked for 170 for one in his first test
then
match?
I'm putting
He's
more
not-
faith
he's-
into Leach.
He's not good enough either.
No,
No, you give him.
he's done the other things.
Oh right, he's got the experience.
And he's got the wickets.
He does his own shoelaces, does he?
He's got the stats.
Nice. You're all about the stats.
Do you not think experience means a lot as a spin bowler?
how come you don't want to drop Stuart Broad? Because I imagine his stats are looking pretty god awful at the moment.
Well, I googled them. They're pretty all right.
You're so
But Stuart Broad has performed.
Yeah, in 2009 he had a great test match. He did Brad Haddin. 2009. Absolutely did him.
Listen, let's not talk about Brody. Mason Crane and Moeen Ali, I don't think that's a spin threat. I don't
Well,
think.
Moeen Ali isn't.
No, exactly. And Mason Crane, I think he's too young.
Mason Crane, we don't know.
I just don't think he
He's
should.
unproven.
I don't think he deserves a place.
That's hard to argue against.
I don't know what he's done. He's bowled 4 overs at AB de Villiers, got him out once in a T20.
Well, I think you've just destroyed your own argument there.
I don't know what he's done. Honestly, shall I tell you?
AB de Villiers.
Shall I tell you who my 2 spinners would be?
Jack Leach and yourself.
Jack Leach and Rash.
Yeah.
I don't think Rash would be a bad second bowler. Because you don't have to bowl him all the time.
I
if
think
it's
we
spinning
know
pitch.
he's not a test match
No,
spin
but-
bowler.
What I'm saying is, he's got it with the bat, right?
I think the only way he gets in the England team, for me as a spinner, would be if we're picking 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That would be the only time you get in.
and keep Jack Leach as the front liner.
I
And
don't
can
know
bowl
what's going
4 or
on
5
with Leach.
overs.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Well,
I don't know why. I
absolutely
don't know if
ridiculous.
there's some. I don't know.
Do you reckon there's actually
Because it doesn't make
politics behind
sense, does it?
It doesn't.
So I don't know what's going on there. Ben
Right.
Folks, we need to get on with the list.
No, let me just finish off with one
Right.
thing. You've picked Mason Crane. I don't think he's necessarily that threatening, but play him because he's going to be more threatening than Mo.
Right.
Like if he has to go, play him, and then let's just say he's our spinner and put trust into him and play him week in, week out. If you don't want to play Leach, then at least play Crane. Don't bother with Moeen Ali anymore. I can't bear it.
Right.
At least let a proper spinner
Yeah.
do shit rather than someone.
Yeah,
at
if
least he
those
might
are
get
our
better.
two options, I know I'm picking.
And like at least he might get better and better and better. Well, Moeen Ali, I don't think he can because he's
So
not
now
naturally a spinner.
you're saying you would pick Mason Crane.
Because that's the only
Yeah.
because those are the boys that they sent out there. But if I could send out my own
Yes,
lot,
I know, but saying you've got
no.
to pick from that.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
you want to see Mason Crane then?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
I
'cause I
wanna
thought
see
you just
Moeen
didn't
Ali-
want to see him at
I
all.
don't want to see Moeen Ali.
Would you put Mo
spinner.
in with the bat then? Would that change your thinking on the
I
batting
don't know.
lineup?
I'd have to work that out. But he should only be looked at as a frontline batsman now, top
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Mason Crane. If the ECB say we prefer Mason Crane to Jack Leach, then I can't argue with that. I can, but I won't.
Well, you have no power to change it. Put it that way.
So let's just say bowl Crane in for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Because at least he'll have, well, not 4 years, but let's give him the next year and just say, do you know what? Go and do it, and then we'll see what you're doing because we need a proper bowler.
Yeah.
And at least he's shown that he can bowl a ball.
I would
But
agree.
Again, rationed Leach for me. Ben Folks, understudy wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
Probably can't see him getting a game. Liam Livingston into the team, obviously. He wasn't part of the Ashes. We've got to work out who's been dropped, really. So Liam Livingston's part of that team, who I could see maybe getting him. David Milan,
Dwavid.
Craig Overton. You know, he did all right, but it's not inspiring.
Is he the 63 mile an hour bowler?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not,
I know we want something different with our pace attack, but not less pace.
there is no. What was the little Yorkshire guy called in there? The one that's shit.
Root? I don't know.
Balance. There's no balance in that team.
Right. No.
And and I don't think. Oh, yeah. There's no balance in that team. Vince keeps his spot.
Mm.
Joe Root's Capitano, who refuses to bat 3. Ben Stokes, thank God he's back, but you know what?
Stoneman. I quite like Mark Stoneman. I think we need to persevere with Mark Stoneman because
We had an interesting chat, didn't we, about
we don't have many openers
when we
going.
looked at. I know I'm the only one who looks at the stats, but when we did look at the stats, Vince got a bit of a drumming from both of us. When we looked at the stats between him and Stoneman, very similar.
Yeah. But Stoneman's an opener. I think we lack
But then
depth.
James Vince pretty much played as an opener because Stoneman or Cook were getting out very early.
Yeah. I like Stoneman. But please, don't try and replace him. We don't need to make more problems.
No,
He
I know,
can
I'm
do
with
all
you, I'm
right.
with you.
He has the ability to be okay.
Chris Wokes and Mark Wood. Now, you know, Liam Livingston comes in. I probably missed somebody out.
It's so weird. It's so weird how we've gone from such strength for a test side,
yeah, to scrappy.
and now it's like just obscurity.
There's
and-
no. Are you upset that? Sorry, are you upset that there's no Curran in that team?
A little bit. And no Plunkett. I don't know what's going on
Yeah.
there.
Well, Tom Curran probably has got, because he did play in the Ashes, has probably got more of a no ball either.
Imagine that, like, the people who are still around from when we were number 1 retire.
Oh, yeah,
What is going to happen to this team?
It's gonna go back a few places, aren't we?
Can we?
We'll find out.
It worries me.
Right.
It worries me. We've had like since we've started the podcast.
Yeah.
I would say we were in a transition phase since we started the podcast. This test team.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And
No,
we
actually,
still haven't found loads of positions.
the best team we didn't do this, but the last time we had a good team was when we went to South Africa and won. when we had likes of James Taylor in there.
Yeah.
That was James
Yeah.
Taylor's. Like, I've said this a million times before.
And it was
that
like
was the last time I felt like England were
Compton
settled.
was the only question mark,
Yeah.
wasn't he, in the
Yeah.
batting lineup?
The bowling was great. Mo Ali was playing actually all right at that point.
Yeah.
Right, let's work out the 11 then, if you like.
I think it's pretty easy. Are we doing ours or who we think will play?
Well,
I
I
prefer
suppose,
to do ours
but
because
then we'll probably have a chat about with who.
Okay.
We'll probably do both at some stage.
So we'll do ours to start with. I don't think.
Cook and
I think we're going to be able to agree on.
Stoneman.
Yeah.
And that's ECB will take
yeah,
that
and I
as
think that's.
well. Now, your number
common sense.
3.
If it's our team, it's Joe Root, right?
Yeah. Right, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Root refusing to say I'm not going to go at number 3.
Do you think he is, or
Yeah,
do you think they just
definitely.
don't want him to play there?
I think that's him. So I don't want to play. I don't want to bat 3. Then, if your captain's doing that, then.
Well, surely he's the only player who's allowed to do that.
But then what I'm saying is, it's not setting a good precedent. Johnny Bairstow could say, "I'm never giving up the gloves. I'm just not doing it. I'm not giving up the gloves."
Then
but
you're not the captain.
You got to get rid of me, and then you'll lose me. And then what about if Mo Ali turns around and says, "I'm not bowling anymore"?
Go. I'd snap his hand off. Go. Thank you very much. Thank God for that.
And then what if
Mo, and that's not a good example.
I don't think Joe Root. I don't think that's what a captain does. I know. There's a
I
lot
think
of
the
talk
ECB I don't think they're that bothered whether he bats 3 or 4.
about. It's a joke, though, isn't it? Right, he bats 4, but for us he bats 3. But saying that though, we have to kind of come to an agreement where
I think it would be a lot better because I think James Vince, although he's struggling a bit and he's sort of finding his feet, would do so much better at 4. I know it's one position,
No,
but I think it would make quite a big difference.
well, what about there's Liam Livingstone bats 3 for his county?
Yeah.
Would you just throw another new name in there and say bye to Vince? Because we have to think about this because it's obvious that Joe Root won't bat 3, so we've got to think about this,
Yeah.
This properly.
I don't know. Vince showed something in the Ashes. He didn't have a great
Was it
Ashes
80?
series, but he showed that
Is that enough?
well,
Has he showed enough?
The only problem is we don't have massive depth to go to. That's why he's in the team to start with.
Yeah.
So I think we just if we had loads of options, then I'd be thinking about it. But let's see if we can get a spine to the team.
So sorry, but what's happening with number 3 then?
Well, we're putting Joe Root there.
Yeah, but we have.
Then Vince is batting 3.
What about the idea of sending Milan up there?
Well, no. I don't want to promote someone until they start doing badly. He's doing well.
Yeah, that's the harsh thing.
Leave him where he is. He's doing fine.
You can't say actually Milan, due to someone else doing badly, we're going to put
exactly, and we're
going to
well. We're going to give you a chance to do badly when you're doing well. So Vince is 3, isn't he?
So Vince keeps his space.
Well, who do you want to replace him? You just want to try someone new?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
What about like a wild card?
How good would it be?
Ben Folkes.
How good would it be if Root batted 3 and Bairstow batted 4 and we had a wicket keeper?
Be incredible.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
And then we've done.
Right. Okay. Here's my team.
Go on then.
I'm going to have Alistair Cook and I was going to say Mark Wood and Mark Stoneman opening the batting.
Pinch hitter.
I'm having Joe Root 3.
Yeah.
I'm having Bairstow 4. I'm having Dwavid at 5.
Stoke 6.
Stoke 6. Folkes 7.
Yeah. 8.
8 Wokes. 9. 9. Oh.
You don't want Broad, do you?
Curran.
What?
He's all right with a bat.
Yeah, you go on then.
9 Curran. 10.
Jimmy.
No, I think Jimmy's going to be me 11.
You're going to Crane 10, 11, are you?
Yeah. Oh.
I don't think you can fit.
Would you be annoyed with that team if that team was fielded?
I don't think you can fit Wokes and Curran in the same team. I just don't think that works. They're the same.
Sorry.
They're the same.
How?
They bowl the same.
They don't bowl the same.
They bowl the same pace.
What?
I listened back to the other podcast the other night, and you seem to think that Curran's fast.
Right.
It's not. He's not quick.
Right, but they don't bowl the same.
He's not. He doesn't.
You don't know if they bowl the same. You don't know that.
They bowl
I've given
similar.
up on believing that you know these
Oh,
things.
right. Okay, they're slightly different, but they're the same.
You don't know that.
It's like a domino with 6 dots and a domino with 5 dots.
Oh,
It's
my
basically the same.
God. Right, okay.
A
Well,
giraffe that's 3 inches taller than
okay,
the
what's
other
your
one.
team then?
They're the
What's
same.
your team? Because you
Right.
can't put Wokes and Bairstow in the same team. They don't fit. They bat the same. They bat the same.
For my opening 2 are going to be obviously Stoneman and Cook.
Yeah.
3 is going to be Joe Root.
Right.
4 will be Can I go from the bowling down? Do you mind if I just switch order? I need to sort the bowlers out.
You're going from the bowlers. So you're going from 11 up, are you?
Yeah. Do you mind if I just do
Go on
that?
then. I don't mind which way you do it, mate.
Do I have to pick these players?
Oh my God. Yeah, you got to pick from the squad.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
Okay. So my number 11 is going to be Crane.
Right.
Jimmy 10.
Yeah.
Broady 9. 8 Mark Wood. Oh no. Okay, it's the filthiest tail I've ever seen. But Broad 8, Mark Wood 9. I can't have Wokes in the team. He just doesn't.
Someone is going to get a fifer. That's all I'm saying.
No, because
Imagine Broad coming in and you've already taken 2. You're like, fifer.
Wood.
Whoever's bowling, New Zealand bowler, on 2 wickets, and Broad walks out with his pads too short for him. Like, I've got a fifer today. Poof, 1 over, 3 wickets. We're off.
But listen, I can't. I can't bear to see us having a pace that's all the same again.
Oh, so you're going to pick Overton so you can see something slower, are you?
No,
What
I
are you
picked
gonna do?
Wood.
Right.
So Wood's at 9.
To be honest, I don't mind having Wood instead of Curran.
Broad's
I can't
at
actually
8.
pick Curran, can I? He's not in the squad. So
No,
Wood's in my
yeah.
team.
Okay, but you kept Wokes.
Yeah.
You didn't have Broady, did you?
No.
That's so horrible.
What? I don't understand. Well,
It just doesn't make any.
well,
logical
if you go by
sense.
stats, you should agree with me. Because his career stats will be good because he had a good
decent.
start.
Anyway, can I
recently he's just
continue?
fallen
Can I
off the
continue?
train.
Can I continue?
Yeah.
7 is going to be. I've got all my bowlers, haven't I? 8,
God.
9, 10, 11. I've
I
got
don't
4
know why
bowlers.
you've done it this way round.
So I've got my 4 bowlers, right? So I've got to 8. Can I go back to number 1 now?
Oh my God! No one's gonna know you're
No, I
11.
know, but I need to work it out and then I'll go through it all together so everyone can
Go on then.
enjoy it.
We know your openers.
So that's 2. Route 3. Number 4 is going to be David Milan. Number 5, Johnny Bairstow with the gloves.
You've got yourself in such a problem here. You've messed this up so bad. I think you're like the England selectors.
No, okay.
I think you don't know what you're doing.
Number 5 is going to be
Stokes. You're lost.
no. Okay, no. Johnny Bairstow can bat 5. Stokes 6, Folkes 7 with the gloves, and then you've got 8, 9. Sorry, what's wrong with that?
Okay.
Okay, so let me go through that again.
So why is Johnny Bairstow and David Milan, why are they swapped round?
Because I think
Why are you putting Milan out of position
Cook,
for a position that...
Stoneman, Root. Okay, we'll go Bairstow.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
fair point.
Okay.
Bairstow 4, Milan 5, Ben Stokes 6, Wokes 7.
Woke 7.
No, not
You haven't got a
Wokes.
wicket keeper.
Folkes 7. Folkes
I
7.
just love
with the
winding you up.
gloves. 8 is going to be Broady. 9, it doesn't matter, does it? 'Cause they're
So
all, it's the
we've
filthiest tail I've ever seen.
We've got one change between me and you.
No, we got quite a few more.
No, we haven't. You just picked exactly
you-
the same
didn't
team.
you
It's
keep-
just I didn't pick. I didn't pick Broad.
Sorry, could you go through your team again then?
For fuck's sake.
Okay, no, so we got the same team, but you didn't pick Broad.
I
you
didn't
picked
pick Broad.
Curran.
No,
Wokes and Wood, haven't you?
I had Wood. Yeah.
You got Wood.
I don't. Oh.
And the team that England will actually pick, it's not really as daring as that. That one's quite a challenging. That's like I take it to the
That's
bowling.
like trying to win, isn't
Yeah.
it?
The England team, let's quickly just go through that, will be the top 2. 3 will be, you're right, they'll stick with Vince. 4 will be Roots. 5 will be Milan. 6 will be
Stokes.
7 will be Johnny Bairstow. 8 will be Moeen Ali.
Ugh.
Then 9, 10, 11 will be Wokes, Jimmy, Brody.
Yeah.
Which
I don't like the middle bit. I don't like the middle bit.
Well, I don't like. There's no threat with the spin there. To be honest with you, I want outright pace because I think that's what we missed playing in India and Australia.
Yeah.
I want Wood. Whether Wood's the answer, I don't know.
He's all right. I don't understand why he can't play more than one game. That just makes no sense to me.
I think it's time to treat Johnny Bairstow as a batsman.
Yeah.
Even if he likes it or not, I don't care. And it's time to say.
I don't think he's bothered.
No, I think
he's got to start getting annoyed at being a fucking wicket keeper batting it in 8 or whatever the hell he's batting.
I think he's saying that he wants to keep the gloves.
No,
he is.
You don't know that.
You
don't know he is.
No,
as if you were in the room. No, he is. No, I heard him. He said, I want to keep him. I want to keep him. I was on the boundary. I heard him talking to Straussy, saying, I want to keep him. You don't know that. What are you looking at now?
That Leach is.
Oh my God.
I think it's time to have Johnny. And time to say to Root, you're batting 3, mate. Get over it.
Right.
Bat for the team. I've had enough of you bullshit. Well, can you imagine Andrew Stiles just being like, actually, I want to bat 3 instead of opening now?
Well, no.
Exactly. Can you imagine Cookie just being like, I ain't facing. Lead from the front. I've had enough of you not doing that.
Well,
you're pretty much batting number 3 anyway. Actually, might give you
we haven't got a 3, so.
And you might give you an actual chance to get 100 once in a while. Instead of watching the whole team crumble before you.
Would it be good to have a 3 that was pretty much going to get 50? At least that would steady the ship, rather than us being 2 down and then getting 50.
Exactly right. And then at least it gives the opportunity for Milan not to come in, or Bairstow or Stokes or Folkes coming in when we're at 150 for 5.
Yeah. We'll be all right, mate.
And that team isn't good enough to go. That team is not good enough to go.
Okay, listen, it's New Zealand. What's your prediction? Test matches? Obviously, I don't. What's your obviously 2-0 to England would be your thing, but you think 1-1, do you?
1-1. Unless rain, and then 1-0 New Zealand. Honestly.
Why would rain mean that the one we were going to win would be the one that would be affected? How did you come to that?
What I'm saying is I can't see New Zealand not winning. That's what I'm saying.
I see. So you think...
I see.
Okay, I get that.
1-1.
2-0. I think we'll win 2-0.
Really?
Yeah. Unless it's weather, we'll lose 1-0 then if there's weather.
Will we play Ali over Crane?
Is that a genuine question?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we will, of course.
Will we play Mark Wood over one of the pacemen?
He'll play in one of the test matches, yeah.
And will Stokes be back for it?
If he's allowed.
No,
if it's possible to pick him, yes. I don't
Do
know.
you think he will be?
I don't know if he'll be picking up rubbish off the side of the road or be behind bars. I don't know.
And for the 5 ODIs, I want to go England 4-1.
I think England could be a whitewash.
You said that in the last podcast, so it's impossible for England.
Against Australia.
Okay, nice.
I think it could be a whitewash.
4-1. We haven't spoke about... Let's just quickly because,
we have spoke about the ODIs.
No, we haven't spoke about New Zealand as a team.
Right.
Obviously, I don't want to go into it in too much depth.
Really?
Because this is a long podcast as it is. But they're not pushovers.
No, I don't think they are.
They've got some very talented players, some very talented bowlers as well.
They're playing England at a great time to be playing England.
And they're playing it. The conditions are similar to English.
I think
conditions,
that it's going to be really competitive test matches.
Yeah.
And that I just think England are really good in ODIs. And New Zealand's not too different conditions to England.
No.
So I think...
Sundown player for New Zealand?
Well, I don't know what sort of form Kane's in, but he's always... I just love watching him. Not that you have any idea about technique, but his is very good.
I think New Zealand will be a test. That's why I'm saying 1-1. And I think our ODI squad's the best ODI squad in the world at the moment. But I think test matches will be a real test.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the test matches.
And do you think who's going to be England's...
There's no day-night bullshit, is there?
I think
No, there isn't. They won't do that in New Zealand.
Uh-oh.
They won't do that in New Zealand.
No.
Not for test matches.
I think
there won't be a pink ball test match in New Zealand.
I think there is.
There isn't. You don't know
Is it
that.
the second? Is it the first one that started?
No.
Yeah, look, it says
No,
it there.
it's not.
First test Auckland.
Oh my
T/N.
There is. Oh. No, there isn't.
Yes, so it's
Where-
first 22.
Oh my God.
Starts at 1 in the morning, Greenwich Mean Time. That's so shit. Again, I can't watch cricket because of silly work.
God.
Anyway, just to finish off, England's star player in the test squad.
For the series.
Yeah, who you
The
put
test
in?
match. Both? I'll do both. So
Okay.
one for test match, one for ODI.
Yeah.
Okay, test match. I'm gonna go. Do you know what? It's gonna really annoy me.
The look of panic when it fell
It's
off the
gonna,
screen.
it's gonna really annoy me. If Ben Stokes plays, I think he's gonna rip it up.
Yeah.
I think he'll take both of them.
It might start Anthony Stewart Broad.
Oh, that's just to spite me.
Most like. And for the ODI squad?
No, I said Ben Stokes will take both.
Shit. And for the ODI squad, I want to go with Johnny Bairstow.
Okay, interesting.
Anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this Rainy Day podcast again.
It's a big one.
Yeah, well, given...
It's been a while since we had a rainy day.
It's
It's
been
the
a
Ashes,
while
isn't it?
since we've actually uploaded on a Sunday. And since I've uploaded on
And
time.
well, and this it will probably be a Thursday before it's actually
I'm gonna
uploaded
do
as
it-
well.
I'm going to do it tonight because you know what? Like, I'm tired of my job. I want a new one. Anyway,
Seriously though, I mean, really, it's within your hands whether we take this seriously or not.
subscribe.
I'll give you a
because-
real opinion once we start doing it properly. You should see the breakdowns I could do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I want? This
One
is what I want.
One of them big screens that Go Neville uses. And like,
Listen, this is what I want. I want us to be like an alternative commentary
yeah.
that you can have, sort of like a test match special, but it will be our own thing.
We're allowed to
And
swear.
it doesn't even need to be international. No, we're not allowed to swear. It's going to be properly.
Where do we run this off the YouTube channel?
We'll have our own, well, possibly, but we'll maybe hired by like Radio 5 Live or something,
Yeah. What
and
with,
do county games and stuff.
with Freddie and Savage?
No, I don't want them in there. But and then like we'll have like our own little thing on Sky Sports of like a program no one watches. You know, they have like those
3
things
o'clock
on
in the
like.
morning. Like
Yeah.
360 cricket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that no one actually picks.
And what would we
it'll
do
just
on-
be us like breaking down why we don't like Alex Hale's technique, and you not understanding what I'm talking about.
Look at that. I've got an alarm set for 6 a.m. That's horrible. But no, I'm with you on that.
Be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think we can do it. Weren't we listed in some top ranking thing for cricket podcasts?
Cricket content on YouTube, we were like 80 something, 89.
Oh my god.
But listen, like,
We don't put any video stuff up, do we? So it's going to be hard to.
and there's do you want to find a new cricket podcast come out on YouTube?
Yeah. You're not subscribing, are you?
No, God no.
Good.
No.
I mean, I'm quite annoyed you're giving them any sort of views at all, really.
No, I mean I find them, but like, God no, I'm.
Oh, good. Phew. All right. Nice.
I think they're they've seen our 135 subscribers.
Well, they're not going to do as well as us. Who is the lot? They're not doing it anymore, but they did it like 3 podcasts and they had like 1,000 subscribers. Can you buy them? Because I'll pay.
That's anyway. If you want to make our dreams come true,
It's up to you.
subscribe. We would love to hear it. Comments.
I'm amazed we got some likes and comments on the last video, and you didn't even upload it. Like, that's quite impressive.
Our views taking a dip, Owen.
Yeah, because you don't upload them.
So
you've uploaded stuff for the 4th and 5th ODI like 2 weeks after they've finished.
Second ODI, 587 views.
Right.
Third ODI, 70,
because I'll tell you why.
72.
I'll tell you why we get the views. Because
Fourth and fifth ODI, 33.
Yeah, because we uploaded those straight after, and people are trying to find highlights. That's why we get a couple hundred views on the other ones. If you upload it way after, it's just people who are just wanting to listen to us, and that comes out about 30 people.
Obviously, we always like to see a good like. Whatever they do, we just like to see them. So make sure you like this.
What is that?
Follow me on the old Twitter.
Oh yeah, what was your last tweet?
I don't know if I've done one in a while. Try it out.
Okay. Huh?
Do you want to? Because you don't actually get to see the tweet. Do you want to actually see?
Listen,
some of the tweets.
You changed the. Are they cheesy? You changed the password, so that's why I can't get.
We may have lost, but we will be sticking up the ODI review today to make us all feel better.
Right.
That just tells you how long.
Right. Good. And you probably didn't.
There's been a few retweets. I tweeted this to someone who said that they thought that they were an Australian fan. So I asked them, Aussie or English? And he said Aussie, and I tweeted him, and his head exploded.
That's good.
We're pretty good at this ODI thing.
Okay.
I need to go and tweet something.
Listen, this is why people aren't following us. This is not interesting.
No, it is.
Right, but seriously, get involved, and the bigger it gets, the better it'll
backlog of
get.
episodes that need uploading. Fifth test and series review tonight. First ODI in the next couple of days. We're looking to bring back the rainy day episodes. Wow, I've been lying for ages. Right, anyway, over and out. We will see you for the first ODI.
I hope you have enjoyed it, though.
Get ready for those Sundays to be ram-packed full of cricketing goodness.
Yeah, it's what it's for, really.
It's just nice to be back, isn't it?
Well, and we're here for the people, is what I'd like to state.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Enjoy it. And I hope everything's going good for you, really.